You're listening to an Airwave Media Podcast.
Welcome to From Beneath the Hollywood Sign. If you love old movies, Hollywood history, or the golden age of filmmaking, you've come to the right place. This is the podcast that talks about amazing stories of Tinseltown from another era and fascinating conversations with writer-producer Steve Cubine and actress-writer Nan McNamara.
So, Steve, did Ava Gardner and Howard Hughes have a good relationship?
Well, they did until he dislocated her jaw.
What?
Well, don't worry. She hit him back with an ashtray.
From Beneath the Hollywood Sign is the gin joint for you.
Recorded in Chicago, Illinois, with your hosts, Ken, Matt, Neil, and Jeff. This is Triviality. The cream of the crop!
Hello and welcome to Triviality, the show where a lack of seriousness meets a little bit of knowledge. My name is Matt, and I will be hosting this final of our office tournament. It's come down to two competitors. We've locked them in the barn at Dwight's farm or wherever we got them held up right now. Joining me for the show will be Ken and Jeff. How you guys doing?
What's up? Ready to face my fears and find out who wins this final.
Yep, I just ate a big thing of fettuccine Alfredo, so I am ready for this sprint.
Yeah. Just for the record, Neil has not been on any of these because he's not a big Office guy, and we keep telling him he needs to watch it, but he just refuses. I don't understand
maybe
why.
During the rest of this stay-at-home order, he can get that done finally.
Well, he was working through Brooklyn Nine-Nine on my recommendation, which is great, and I know he's working on Bosch, which is another show that we're both huge fans of. So there is a lot of other good TV out there, but yeah, Office is definitely a high recommend.
I would agree. So joining us in the final are going to be the two competitors who won their respective rounds. Rejoining us is Eric. How's it going, Eric?
It's going good.
Yeah, feeling confident going into this final round?
Yeah, pretty confident, but we'll see.
Yeah, you did pretty well. You only got one wrong, so I would feel confident too going into that. And facing him is going to be Nathan, joining us from the first round. Nathan, how are you doing today?
I'm doing well, thank you.
Awesome. How do you feel going into this final round?
I'm nervous. The first round was a very tight game, and that second game, it sounds like, was a very high scored game. So it's going to be some tough competition.
Yeah, you're two guys who definitely know your Office trivia. A lot of times people go to Office trivia thinking like, oh, I know this. And then they start asking the questions and it can be a little tricky. So you guys are definitely the cream of the crop so far. But we're going to crown a winner here. So the game is going to work exactly the same way as the first two rounds did. We're going to ask 15 questions. Whoever's ahead is going to be the champion. If there is a tie, I do have that tiebreaker. You guys ready for the questions?
Yes.
Yeah, let's roll.
All right. We're going to start with Ken today. Ken, go ahead and ask those questions.
Thank you. And we are adding the extra incentive to win because the loser will get their thumbs cut off by Struwelpeter. So question one, going on to star in The Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt, Ellie Kemper's character's full name in The Office is what? Okay, starting with Eric.
It is Kelly Erin Hannon.
And Nathan.
And I had the same, Kelly Erin Hannon.
Okay, that is right. Kelly Erin Hannon. She's mostly referred to by the name Erin, but her first name is in fact Kelly.
You guys know it,
Charles?
What was other Kelly's middle name? Do you guys remember?
Rajniigandha.
Rajniigandha.
Which Kevin thought was a boy's name.
I thought that was a boy's name.
And I hate it. All right. Question number 2. Michael sends an email to packaging@dundermifflin.com that he wishes he could have back. It contains a racy picture and what 4-word subject line?
Now they're getting a little tougher.
Yeah.
Had to ramp it up for the final.
They got this far. Okay. Both competitors are locked in. So what do we have, Eric?
The last one. It's going to be Jan, Sexy Island Princess.
Okay. And Nathan?
I didn't. That sounds very familiar. I just wrote Jan on the beach.
All right. So Eric was pretty close, but the correct subject line is Jamaica Jan Sun Princess.
As he told his diary, he was tan all over and Jan all over.
All right, moving on to the third question. What excuse does Jim use with assistance from Dwight to avoid Kathy's flirtation while in Florida?
I'm locked in.
Okay, we're starting with Eric.
Bed bugs.
And to Nathan.
Yes, bed bugs.
All right, bed bugs is correct. And Dwight strips down and hops in the bed because they'll be immediately drawn to his flesh, apparently. All right, question 4. What real-life celebrity is featured heavily as the host of the Sabre welcoming video?
I can see his face, and I know movies he was in.
Can you hear his voice?
I can. He was in a terrible movie I remember from high school. And Michael said, "Ask him. He's back there." And that is
This always happens to me when I'm thinking of James McAvoy. I always forget his name for whatever reason.
He was in the movie Untamed with a Bamboo Heart, and the movie is, boy.
Isn't that the worst when you can name everything about him except his name?
I'm not thinking. I'm tapping. I cannot think of the name. As soon as I hear it, I'm going to try. I'm tapping.
Okay, and that leaves Eric.
Yep. The answer is Christian Slater.
Christian Slater is correct.
That's a rough one.
Just been hired by Sabre.
I'm mad at myself for that one. Oh,
he's like the perfect B-level celebrity for that tape too.
I'm sure wherever Neil is right now, he's just itching to do a Christian Slater impression. But we'll move on to question 5. When Jim protests to Robert California that Nellie is seizing power in the office, Robert offers Jim a choice between what 2 kinds of metaphor?
Yeah, no, I got nothing. I got a funny or a smart metaphor. I don't know.
Okay, so Eric is saying funny and smart. And Nathan?
I think it was nature or a sexual metaphor.
Yes, the 2 options are a nature metaphor and a sex metaphor. And he begins the metaphor with when 2 animals are having sex.
All right. So after 5 questions, it's all tied up at 3 apiece. We'll send it over to Jeff for the second 5.
All right. Thank you, Matt. Question 6. According to one of Michael's speeches, what word is defined by Webster's as the fusing of 2 metals with a hot torch?
I'm locked in.
I'm locked in.
All right, Eric.
Is it wedding?
And Nathan.
Wedding.
I almost want to give points for people not doing the impression from Princess Bride. The answer is wedding.
Yeah, we honestly could have had an entire round of Michaelisms, and it was a struggle not to just write a bunch of those. But
I know.
I wanted to make myself the scapegoat there.
I know. Well, if we kept going, the length would be incalculable. Question number 7. As part of Dwight's idea of a perfect crime, he has a romantic tryst that results in a son, the chief of police, with what woman?
I'm locked in.
I'm locked in.
All right, Eric?
Did you want a name or just...
The name, yeah.
It's the, I don't know her name. It's the jewelry store owner's daughter.
And Nathan?
I put jewelry store person.
Okay. The correct answer is Tiffany. Tiffany's.
Yeah, there it is. All right. Yeah.
I also wrote down Tiffany and I didn't say it. Oh boy. I thought it was at Tiffany's, and yeah.
That's what I thought. But I guess put it together. Yeah, it works.
Question number 8. When Jim attempts to take Dwight to the hospital in the injury, where does he tell Dwight they're going? In which Michael says he's sick of going to that place.
Locked in.
Locked in.
All right, Eric?
Chuck E. Cheese.
And Nathan?
Chuck E. Cheese.
Chuck E. Cheese is a correct answer. All right, question number 9. This one's going to have multiple answers. So besides Pam being pregnant, I would like 4 of the other rumors Michael started in gossip. You're locked in? All right.
I'm locked in.
Let's go to Eric.
All right. The one I have is that Andy is gay. Kevin is run by little people, or tiny people, I guess. Michael is a GQ model, and then Stanley's affair, which is a rumor, I guess. But I don't know if that counts or not.
And Nathan.
I had the first one I came up with right away is Andy was gay because he was very confused by it. And then I had something a little bit different. I thought it was Kevin had another person inside of him. So I might be wrong on that one. Then I had Stanley's affair and Michael being a model.
Okay. So first one that I've got on my list is Andy is gay. Pam is pregnant, although he did start the rumor. It turns out to be true. Angela is dating an 81-year-old billionaire Quiznos owner. Creed has asthma. The saddest one, of course, is Dwight uses store-bought manure. Michael, you know where my manure comes from. I showed you. Stanley's having an affair, which also turns out to be true. The impetus for this whole thing. Michael is a J. Crew model. Kevin has another person inside his body working him with controls. Kelly is an anorexic. Aaron is a bad worker and will probably be fired. Oscar is the voice of the Taco Bell dog. And very confusingly, since we met his daughter Sasha, Toby is a virgin.
I think I'll give
points to both competitors. On that
yeah.
Oh.
They both had model, so that's right.
All right, and question 10. In the episode Mafia, what is the name of the pushy Italian insurance salesman whom the office is convinced is in the mafia? All right, Eric.
It's John Grotti.
And Nathan?
I didn't know the first name. I know it was close to Gotti because they said it was like a mafia name, and I wrote down Grotti, Grotti.
All right, the correct answer is Angelo Grotti.
We'll give points for both. They both said Grotti.
Yeah, they both said Grotti.
All right, so after 10 questions, it's all tied up and down to the final 5. Question 11. In Dream Team, Michael comes up with 2 parody song titles in a brainstorming session. Name either of them.
Oh, boy. I can think of the ones he tells Holly, but he couldn't perform them because they were highly sexual. I'm in.
Locked in.
All right, Eric, what did you have?
One I know for a fact is My Stumps.
You only need one, so you're good there.
Oh, that's just one? All right.
Yep. And Nathan.
And I also wrote a song about a guy with no legs, No Stumps.
What would you say? I'm sorry.
I have it wrong. I wrote No Stumps.
Okay. So the first answer was Achy Breaky Fart. And then the second one was My Stumps. So points for Eric there. All right. Moving on to question 12. In the episode Murder, what is the name of the character played by Angela?
Locked in.
All right. Eric, what did you have?
Was it Honey Mama Juju?
All right. And Nathan?
I just said Honey Juju. So
the answer was Voodoo Mama Juju. The classic. She did not care for that character, if I recall. Question 13. In the episode The Injury, Michael requests that Ryan get yams from a gas station in which town?
Locked in.
Captain.
That was quick. Eric, what do you have?
Carbondale.
All right. And Nathan?
Carbondale.
All right. Carbondale is the answer. Question 14. While trying to demonstrate how depression is scarier than a Baylor, Michael has a conversation with Dwight in which he calls him an ignorant slut. This is a reference to which other long-running NBC show?
Take a guess. Locked in.
Okay. And Nathan, you were locked in, right?
Yep.
All right, Eric, what did you have?
The only show I can think of on NBC, if it's still active, would be SNL.
All right. And Nathan?
Yes, I believe it was an old skit from Saturday Night Live.
And it was. And the answer is SNL. All right. And I believe this is our final question. Question 15. How does Dwight start the fire that eventually leads to Stanley's heart attack?
Locked in.
Locked in.
All right. And we'll start with Nathan.
I think he lit matches and he lit the fire he used a match and fluid in a garbage can.
Okay. And Eric.
He started in a garbage can, but I believe it was a cigarette.
And the answer for the win was a lit cigarette in a trash can. Eric, you are the champion of the office. Well, congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Congratulations. That was a tough game.
Yeah, they got a lot harder that time, so that's good. That's good.
Yeah. So you, I believe, missed 4 questions the entire 2 rounds. So great job, Eric, and great job by Nathan. It was a really close game. You guys both did awesome.
Thank you. This is a lot of fun.
So it's time for closing ceremonies.
Yes.
Yeah, get your paper doves ready and and your yogurt lid. Great. Any final words from our contestants before we sign off?
My only regret is not saying that's what she said somewhere in the course of these games. So
So I do have that was our tiebreaker, just because I wanted to get it out, was how many times was that's what she said throughout the entire series. Let's see who can get closer. What do you guys think?
Oh boy.
Just because it was Kevin Malone's favorite number, I'm going to go with 69.
Nice.
I'm going to say around, because it wasn't used all the time and less than after Michael left. So I'm going to say about 33.
The answer was 43. So if it came down to it, Nathan would have been the champion there. Only 43 times. You'd think a lot more, but I guess with 200 episodes, they can't say it in all of them. So awesome. So thank you guys for being a part of this. We love doing these tournaments. If you guys at home have any ideas for other tournaments that you'd like to see done, you can hit us up at trivialitypodcast@gmail.com. Check us out on Facebook, on Twitter, on Instagram. You can see Neil post things from time to time. I'm supposed to, but I don't. Ken and Jeff, any closing words for this episode?
Nope. That's that.
May your heart soar
higher than the Eagles.
Yeah. I mean, sometimes Jeff starts a sentence and he doesn't even know where it's going to go. So on that note, my name is Matt. This was Triviality.